to Kenya. Ooh, Lord have mercy, Lord. Did you hear that a 34-year-old man cut off his wife's hands, both hands, because they couldn't have a baby after 7 years of marriage? Ooh, Lord help me. Don't beg me. Shut up. Don't beg me. He cut her head. He cut her abdomen. He cut off her hands. The ridiculous thing is that last year, the doctors told this couple that the husband is the one with problem. He's impotent. But they said that his impotence could be cured with series of treatments. The wife said that when they got home, he refused to accept that he's the one with the problem. So he refused to go for treatment because, of course, it has to be the woman's fault. No, so isn't that how so many African men think? And it's not just men. So many African women also believe that a woman should be blamed if the couple cannot conceive. And not only that, if they don't have a male child, oh my God, the woman must be a witch. No, so it's so sad. Even the in-laws will blame the woman for not giving them a boy. By the way, I think it's very funny that so many people don't know how the sex of a baby is determined. The man has the XY chromosome while the woman has the XX chromosome. You give birth to a girl when the man's X chromosome pairs with the woman's X chromosome. If a man's Y chromosome pairs with the woman's X chromosome, that's how you get a boy. Nobody has control of which one pairs with which. And I think it's funny because only men carry the Y chromosome. Only men, and that is the one that determines whether you have a boy. Yet, who do we blame? They blame the woman. And more importantly, a male child is not more important than a female child. That is one thing so many Africans need to get in their brains. A child is a child. It is what you do with your life that matters. In fact, don't get me started on that. But what I don't understand in this story is why the 27-year-old wife, that is Jacqueline Mwende, stayed in that relationship until the man cut off her hands. I was like, my sister, you said in the story that this man has been beating you even before he cut off your hand. So why did you stay? Okay, so I don't like talking about this because, you know, it's complicated. But why would the church tell her to stay if she said that the man is beating her? Heck no! Capital no! I'm not saying that they should divorce. Please, before you go and say Adeola is advocating for divorce, no. I don't like divorce myself because it not only affects the couple, it affects the children in ways that you can never even imagine. But if someone is laying his hands on you, my sister, run for your life. Run for your life. You guys can settle from distance. Make sure that you get help. Make sure that he goes for therapy or some professional help. Make sure that he's back to his senses or her senses if it is the woman that is abusing the man before you move back together. Too many women have died because they never thought that he could get to that point that he would kill them. Actually, he never really intends on killing them. It's just that he's been beating them for a long time and getting away with it. He thinks that it's business as usual, and then one day he hits a vital organ and the lady dies. If you are experiencing domestic violence, please don't suffer in silence. There are so many organizations that can help you. Please stop protecting your abuser who is not protecting you. It's better to stay alive. Don't become a statistics, my sister. Sometimes we Nigerians, we think we should just pray about everything. Yes, it's good to pray about everything. At the same time, there are professionals that can help us. So after refusing to go for treatment, this man left his house like 3 months ago. But upon his return, this is what he did to her. I mean, I wish her quick recovery, but unfortunately, every little thing is now a huge task for her. She can't pick up the cup. She can't feed herself. She doesn't have hands anymore. I'm glad that the guy has been arrested, but her life would never remain the same.
Stephen Gilla, the man accused of chopping off his wife's hand, has been denied bail till the 10th of this month. He's accused of attacking his wife, Jacqueline Mwende, on the 25th of July with the intention of killing her.
So if you're watching me and you are in an abusive relationship, it could be a man or a woman, because some women do abuse their husbands as well. Please run for your life. It is only when you are alive that you can be there for your children or for your parents or for others that value you. And maybe you are the abusive one in the relationship. Just stop. How would you like for the other person to be beating you the way you beat them? If she's not speaking out now, the day will come that she will speak out. And if you have children, let me tell you, they are watching everything you're doing to their mother. I don't know, maybe that's how you were brought up. Maybe you saw your father abusing your mother. It doesn't mean you have to do the same thing. If you need help, go and get help before you kill somebody. And let me say this to men and women of God that always tell people to stay in an abusive relationship, especially when there is physical abuse and you know that this woman is being beaten. I always wonder whether these men and women of God say the same thing to their own children if their children should be in that situation. Another thing that bothers me is hearing, oh, there has to be something that the woman is doing wrong that warrants the beating. You know, that always, I'm like, you know, it doesn't apply to all cases. And whatever she's doing, it doesn't doesn't mean he needs to beat her. You need to know that some men don't need the woman to do anything wrong before they would beat her. Some of them have drinking problems and they just lash out on the wife. Stop thinking that automatically it has to be the woman's fault. And please don't give anyone the advice that you will not give your own daughter if her husband is beating her up in her house. So marriage is supposed to be enjoyed. Please, if anybody is telling you that you're supposed to just endure, no. In fact, my brothers that are watching me, once in a while, take a look at the picture of your wife before she married you and look at how she looks today. Is she looking better? If she looks worse, how can you help her to be the fine babe that you fell in love with? Some men complain that their wives are overweight, and I'm like, how are you helping her to lose weight? You yourself, are you having a big stomach? Do you stay fit? If you're going to the gym, can you take her with you? And the funny thing is, when a woman looks good, people automatically compliment her husband. They see her, they say, oh guy, you're trying, oh madam is looking fine. But you guys not do know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real.